Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and do a review of the Moondrop Aria 2. Wanted to go ahead and give you my 2 cents and to go from there. Before I go on further, I'm going to go and put some notes on the screen. Please note that whatever is in the notes is a little bit different from what's in the video, but it gives you additional context. It also it's kind of like a lab journal. Like you actually see my thoughts from the very first second I put on the IEMs throughout the entire hours that I wear it. And often the notes actually took me hours upon hours to do, and my videos are super short, but the actual notes taking, like, I've been listening to it for hours. Okay, so that being said, let's get right into it. How would I describe the sound of the Moondrop Aria 2? What's funny was I actually saw this review by Honest Audiophile because I had to double check, and what he says makes a lot of sense. What he was saying is that basically he's like, where's the smile? Kind of like, and there's a different way that I say it, but we both kind of say the same things. And I've said the same thing about other IEMs. And so I'm going to use some examples right now. But okay, so I'll talk about the examples on my end. I reviewed the Let's Sure DX1. That IEM did everything right, and it's so unenjoyable to listen to. Like, it's just not, it's like bland. But it does everything right. You know what I mean? Another example is the Kiwi Ears Aether. If you love this IEM, great, you love it. For me, it doesn't do anything wrong, but it does nothing for me. Like it sits in a box. I have no interest in it, but I keep it because it's an important data point. You know what I mean? Another example, I know I'm going to offend a lot of people, but I kind of want to bring this up. The Keyfind Clean. The Keyfind Clean doesn't do anything wrong. Like when you listen to it, it doesn't do anything wrong, but it does nothing for me. It sits in a box. I have no interest in ever listening to the Keyfind Clean. It does nothing for me. You know what I mean? And in a way, that's kind of what the Moondrop Aria 2 is for me. It's soulless the way it sounds to me. It's not engaging. Like, let me talk about some cheap IEMs that actually I find engaging, and they're cheap, right? So this is the Shu Tao, right? I was listening to this the other day. This is actually a fun little IEM. Actually, this kind of reminds me of the Apple AirPods Pro 2. So if you ever get anyone who wants something that sounds like an Apple AirPods Pro 2, this is the one for them to check out. Another one is the Truthier Ola. This is discontinued, $20. Dude, this is a very enjoyable IEM for me. It's really fun to listen to. The other one is the Pandemon. I love this IEM. It's so enjoyable. You know what I mean? These are cheap. Okay, that's $20, $40. This is the Wyvern. When I first listened to this, it brought me joy. It made me happy. You know what I mean? The way it's done, it does a lot of things right. It actually sounds correct, but it's not joyful. Like the word I kept saying was, it's not toe tappy. It's not toe tappy, right? So anyway, let's get right into it. Bass, I would actually give this a grade of A. Like, actually, I genuinely think the bass is actually really good on this. A lot of is punchy and power. I could argue that it gets a little lost sometimes, but it's not enough for me to drop the grade. I would give it a grade of A, and I have full confidence in giving it A. So for sub bass, I would actually call this a little bit above correct, right? So if this is correct, as in this is how the audio engineer wanted the sub bass to be, it's a little bit above that, a little bit more fun. So the bass and sub bass on this is kicking. I mean, this is, in my opinion, one of the very few Moondrop IEMs I've seen where like, whoa, wow, you actually put bass on this thing finally, because usually their bass is usually pretty anemic. Female vocals, I put no grade. I put a 0, nothing. And I'll explain later. Male vocals are a grade of A. I will genuinely tell you that this does male vocals really well. Like, actually, grade of A. I'm not talking B, like good. I'm talking great. Like, it sounds really freaking good. Male vocals sound really good on this. Soundstage is super wide. It sounds super large. Like, it's a large space. Sibilant scores on this were spectacular. Like, basically, it almost has like no sibilants on it at all. And I'll show you the scores up top. So basically, this has a lot of great things going for it. But, then you ask, well, why don't you have a grade for female vocals? It's because it's one of those things where I was waffling on it. On one hand, I wanted to give it a grade of C because I'm like, it's not great. It's not good. It's not engaging. But at the same time, I'm like, but what is it doing wrong? Is the vocals thin? No. Is it like synthetic? No, it sounds right. Is it full? Yes. It's like everything in the vocals is done correctly, but it's not fun to listen to. You know, it's like I just literally don't want to even listen to it. You know, it's exactly like, and I don't mean to offend anybody who likes the key find clean, but it's like the key find clean for me. I don't listen to this in my spare time. It does nothing for me. It's not fun. It's not engaging. But it does a lot of things right. You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you about some of my favorite IEMs, you know? Now, some of these cost a little bit more, but I'm trying to illustrate a point that these are really bring me a lot of joy. The Software Studio 4, I love the way it sounds. The way it does female vocals is so beautiful. The Zigot Lush, I love the way this does vocals, especially male vocals, and just all around, I love the tonality of this IM. I just love the way it sounds, you know? This is the Duna Kima 2, as well as the Sivga Q. Both of these are freaking so amazing IMs. I love the way they sound. These are like these are like pretty inexpensive, around $100 or so, and they are giant killers. You know, they sound better than genuinely than a lot of, in my opinion, more expensive IEMs. Then we also have the the Misty Blue. You know, this has a really beautiful and ethereal way of how it does vocals. I love the way it sounds. This IEM, you know, it does everything right, but it's not enjoyable like these. And I don't want to keep beating the bush, but I want to talk about some IEMs that maybe this might actually clear things up a bit. You know, it's one thing when an IEM has a clear flaw, and so you know what's wrong, then your brain goes, I know what's wrong. And that's why you don't like it, because you know what's wrong. But it's another situation when you don't know what's wrong. So let me give you an example. This is the Moondrop Land 2 reference. I know what's wrong with this. You know, the vocals are thin. It's a little bit like not as full as I'd like. So this, I know what's wrong. That's why I don't like it. The 7 Hertz G1. This is extremely bright. I know what's wrong with this. That's why I don't like it. You know, the Truthier, the whole thing, the Truthier freaking Blue Zero, Blue Zero 2, Truthier Nova, they get very spicy when sibilance goes up. I know what's wrong. You know what I mean? The Chopin, the vocals are thin on here. I know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with this one. You know what? Because, you know, technically, let's talk technically. Bass is an A in here, right? As I said, sibilance is almost perfect scores. Soundstage is wide. Female vocals are like almost perfect the way they sound. They don't sound thin. They don't sound synthetic. They don't sound pitched up. They don't sound pitched down. They actually sound correct. You know what I mean? Everything is actually textbook correct. And it sounds soulless. Like it has no soul. You know what I mean? And the only exception would be male vocals. Male vocals actually sound great on here, and it's toe tappy. It's enjoyable. So if you ever want something that has great male vocals, or you listen to a lot of male vocals, you should absolutely go for this because it is enjoyable. It is great with male vocals, and it has great bass. But if you like something, you want something with more female vocals, I can't even explain it. It's just soulless. That's what it sounds like to me. It's not